Welcome to the Bird News Network. This is Steve Homer reporting. American Bird Conservancy and its partners throughout the Americas have launched a new international birding tourism initiative, Conservation Birding, aimed at preventing the extinction of bird species. The initiative will help finance bird reserves across the Americas by developing them as low-impact birding tourism destinations with lodges, trails, and other facilities for visitors. The initiative will be promoted through the new Conservation Birding website, www.conservationbirding.org. The website has been designed specifically to help visitors plan their birding trips so that they can support conservation by presenting detailed information on the reserves and eco-lodges established by the conservation groups. A Google Earth component presents suggested routes, photographs of lodges and birds, and videos of rare and interesting species. With American Bird Conservancy's support, 36 reserves have so far been established in 13 countries, 18 of which already have visitor accommodations on site. These reserves include more than 300,000 acres of critically important bird habitat, providing refuge for more than 2,000 bird species, nearly half of the total found throughout all of the Americas, and including some of the world's most endangered birds, such as the spectacular Lear's macaw, the marvelous spatule-tail hummingbird, and the enigmatic long-whiskered owlet. Many of the reserves also provide key wintering habitat for migratory birds, such as the declining cerulean warbler, that nest in the United States. 18 of the reserves protect Alliance for Zero extinction sites. These are the last refuges for many of the most imperiled species on Earth. The Vilcanota network of community reserves, established this year, protects critical fragments of remaining polylepis forest in the high Andes of Peru. This area includes the well-known birding site at Abramalaga. The reserves host 4 globally threatened birds: the ash-breasted tit tyrant, white-tailed shrike tyrant, royal cyclodes, and white-browed tit spinetail. Conservation measures employed to reduce deforestation in the area include the planting of more than 400,000 saplings, the distribution of fuel-efficient stoves, and the provision of alternative fuel wood plantations.
International birding travel is increasing and is becoming an important source of revenue for the conservation of nature reserves. We want American birders to know that whenever they visit one of our reserves, those that are promoted through conservation birding, you are helping to conserve some of the most important rare and imperiled bird species that we have in this hemisphere.
One country where birding tourism is rapidly gaining popularity is Colombia, and one lucky group of birders recently made a special discovery when they found a previously unknown species of owl, the Santa Marta screech owl, at one of the reserves there, located during an American Bird Conservancy-led bird tour to the El Dorado Reserve. An unknown species of ant pitta was also recently discovered at another Colombian reserve. The El Dorado Reserve in Colombia's Sierra Nevada Santa Marta mountain range protects the key forest tract in the isolated Santa Marta Massif, known for many threatened endemic species. The site hosts 11 globally threatened birds, including the Santa Marta parakeet and the Santa Marta saberwing. There is a beautiful lodge at the reserve, and measures including a successful artificial nest box program for the parakeet and reforestation are helping to conserve the area.
Anyone who's been out birding in the US in the spring and enjoyed the incredible colors of migratory songbirds like Blackburnian warblers, cerulean warblers, you have to get to South America to see birds like the paradise tanager, the marvelous spatule-tail, and some of the incredible birds that you'll see in tropical forests. But at the same time as doing that, you can actually really help bird conservation at some of these reserves just by staying there and contributing dollars to the protection of the sites themselves.
The partners plan to continue growing the reserve network and hope to add at least 2 new reserves in the near future. The work is supported by a range of donors, including Conservation International, the Genium Foundation, the Gordon and Betty Moore Foundation, New York philanthropist Robert Wilson, and many individual donors. If you would like to help purchase land for a reserve or support the conservation of the reserves in another way, please see American Bird Conservancy's website at www.abcbirds.org. This is Steve Homer. Thanks for joining us at the Bird News Network.